Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I would like to continue my previous article, that is Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, the ultimate guide. SOLAS chapter 13 and 14. So the chapter is further subdivided into three parts: Part A, Part B, and Part C. Part A contains 5 regulations that explains the applications of this chapter in different types of ship, along with the definitions of varying terminology which is used in the chapter. The regulations may not apply to all kinds of vessels, hence a separate sections for exception and exemptions is also provided. All the SOLAS chapter cover a minimum criterion for seagoing ships, regardless of their location and nationality. It is possible that the material or appliances available in one country are not available for the ship in another country. An equivalent section is also provided to deal with such a situation. Part B contains the important regulations informing about surveys and certificates seagoing ships need to have to be said compliant with SOLAS. For these, 15 regulations are kept under Part B. Regulation 6 to Regulation 11 provide details of different survey requirements on other ships, equipment, machinery, and etc. Clauses on how to do repair and what kind of survey to go through. What is the harmonized survey system for ships? Regulations 12 to Regulations 18 explain the different requirements for certifications obtained post-survey. Regulation 19 Control. These regulations explain the jurisdictions of local government of foreign ship is voyaging, such as the Coast Guard, port state, and etc., to inspect the vessel to ensure its safety. It also explains the step to be taken by the government authorities to notify the concern and how to exercise control. Regulation 20 Privilege. These regulations explain if the ship can or cannot claim any privileges depending upon the certificates it holds. Part C of Chapter 1 contains only one regulation, in example Regulation 21, which explains how a contracting government can carry out an injury for the ship which was involved in an accident and causalities, and what kind of information needs to be collected and to be passed through. SOLAS Chapter 2 Part 1 Construction, Subdivisions and Stability, Machinery and Electrical Installation. This chapter of SOLAS deals with the watertight integrity of the ship, including the passenger's vessel, and comprises 7 parts, explaining the requirement for structural, machinery, electrical stability, and other criteria for a ship. Part A contains 3 regulations that explain the application of this chapter on ships as per their keel laying. The regulations explain the definitions of different terminology used in the chapter. Part A 1 comprises regulations explaining the requirement for the ship's structure, including protective coating, towing arrangement, deck equipment fitting, constructions and drawing, and etc. It also includes the regulations on providing access to different parts of oil tanker and bulk carriers, and the structure access manual, which contains the detail of the structure, including access plans. The method to construct a ship that complies with the regulation to protect against noise is also included. Part B is this of these regulations explain the stability and watertight integrity requirement. Under Part B1, the Regulation 528 divide the necessary conditions for maintaining the intact stability of the cargo ship and passenger ship. It also includes a requirement of the information supplied to the master of the vessel stability, explaining how to calculate the stability factors in different conditions. Ship stability. What makes Part B2 comprises 4 regulations. Regulation 9 to 17, which take care of the watertight integrity of the ship, both passenger and cargo ship, by enlisting the constructional and testing requirement of watertight and other critical bulkhead and the provisions of the double bottom of ship other than tanker ships. Part B3 explains the subdivision load line assignment requirement for passenger ship. Part B4 of this chapter comprises 7 regulations, Regulation 19 to Regulation 25, for the requirement of stability management, explaining the inspections, preventions, damage control, drills, and information for cargo and passenger ships. Part C focuses on different machinery installation in the engine room, including the requirement of emergency installations in the passenger ships from Regulation 26 to Regulation 39. Part D of this chapter, from Regulation 40 to 45, focus on the electrical installation requirement for cargo and passenger ships, including the emergency source and arrangement along with electrical safety and hazard. Part E explicitly clarifies the requirement for unattended machinery space under Regulations 46 to 54. Part F of this chapter details the alternative design and arrangement for the ship machinery and electrical system under Regulations 55. Part G explains the application and requirement per Regulations 56 and 57 for ship using low flash point fuels. So the time is up. This article will be continued on the 3rd chapter. So bye bye and see you on the next part. Bye.